Hello and fuck you! Welcome to Project P. The P stands for Peter and Procrastination.
We're only a week and 1 day late.
Yeah, technically, but
we have a good reason.
Technically, this is my birthday podcast because my birthday
Yeah.
was yesterday.
Yeah.
So I guess I got the day off for that.
Yeah.
Maybe.
That's why it's only. Yeah.
And one of my favorite birthday presents was my friend. He's Halo Andy. Halo
yeah.
Andy. He got me Van Sammer's official merch.
The thing is, that I always knew him as Halo Andy before Hearthstone Andy. But then he bought so much Hearthstone.
He bought £1,000 worth of packs.
Yeah, but he's become Halo Andy yet again.
Do you want to translate the shirt for the people who don't read Chinese?
Well, I'll give you the Chinese because.
That's what it says in Chinese. What does that translate
to? We all know
to?
that as.
Deep dark fantasy.
Donkey Kongu.
I like getting Google to say it for me. It's funnier that way.
Yeah, it's like Donkey Kongu.
Yeah.
Anyway, should we get on with the? Oh, I was just gonna say, why are people already talking as if Riot's Project A is magically going to reinvent the FPS genre wheel, when we know like nothing about Project A basically? But people are already like, man, I'm just waiting to get Project A.
Well, they're so used to making lots of different games that we know they're going to make a good game.
Like all the Overwatch, Apex players, CSGO, they're like, I can't wait for Project A. It's going to magically
be Apex.
Yeah, or something like that.
Anthem famously reinvented the FPS.
Funny you should mention Anthem.
Yeah.
So we'll talk about that a bit later, because they're going to reinvent something, but I don't know if they'll get the player base.
They've been saying that for ages, but yeah.
So we talk about No Man's Sky?
Yeah, we'll go to trailers, I guess. And No Man's Sky is one of them. Yet again.
The No Man's Sky Living update, you can now have these cool-looking tentacle ships that are, like, alive.
Yeah. There's definitely one ship you can get. We don't know, and there's, like, other ships in the world. Maybe a second ship. Maybe there's two ships. I couldn't figure out. I like the luminescence, though. That's a really cool effect. I'm a big fan of organic ships.
They do look fucking cool. We'll talk about ships some more because we got a Kerbal Space Program 2 update as well. There's some really cool shit coming out with that. But yeah,
they also delayed that as well. But we'll get to that.
We've been trying to do a spotlight on No Man's Sky for like 2 years. Like, even before all these updates, we've wanted to talk about how well Sean Murray's actually fixed No Man's Sky.
There's still some issues I have with the game though, which is there's like small annoyances that just don't make starting the game really annoying. But yeah, at some point we should actually. This is the free 9th update. You could make it a tangerine actually, because then I could just record it and then.
Yeah, I will
make way more sense.
We have coming out this week. He used to lie. Bam! No Man's Sky more like he used to lie. Got him. Yeah, he's turned the game around, and I have so much respect for people who do that.
Well, we've given him the award. It's PM Molyneux this year or last year, I guess.
He got the best dev. He got the best dev from Surrey award. So
I was thinking about this actually. We should just rename it to like say we I don't know like some guy from California. We just rename it to Best Dev from California.
Anyway, you know how much me and Tony love to rant about Star Trek. We did the Tangerine episode 1 and 2 off the card. There will be an emergency tangerine for episode 5 coming out on Wednesday.
We need to call it that.
Yeah, we can call it. But as soon as I saw them going to Free Cloud, I was like, this is giving me prequel vibes. So there's going to be 3 tangerines coming out within the next couple of weeks, and they will feature Vietnam Dave as well, because he is someone who's also watched Picard and another game unmentioned that we'll also be talking about. Fancy Pants Adventure. Did you ever play this Flash game?
No.
It was a really popular Flash game. Like, I remember in the arcade machines on Gary's Mod Tower, you could play Fancy Pants. And I was like, oh, that's crazy. Still waiting for the arcade update for Tower Unite, because that's going to be fucking epic. But basically, they've remastered the World 1, and it's now fully available.
So it's just like a stick?
It's on itch.io and iOS and Android. It's like a little platformer game.
It's kind of cool.
Oh. Am I dying? Okay.
Yeah, so, okay.
Tell us what's going on. It was working fine earlier.
Getting some yellow warnings on the OBS though.
Yeah, maybe I've dropped 116 frames.
Yeah.
I think it's okay though. It's only like 0.6%. So it should be okay. Anyway, yeah, definitely check this out. Pretty awesome game.
Well, I'll have to check it out for the first time.
Yeah, remastering it. Maybe we'll do a Tangerine or something on.
Well, I don't know if you know this, but I'm a big fan of like Stickman looking things, I guess.
I used to play like a million Flash games that were called like Stickman Fight 2 or
but I used to like...
what was Stickman RPG was another great one.
There was like pivot stuff on YouTube that I always tried to search for, like pivot animations.
Totally Reliable Delivery Service, one of my favourite co-op games of the year, based on the beta, which is fucking amazing, is coming out, but it's an Epic exclusive now, from what I can tell.
Is it exclusive timed or forever?
I don't know, because it just said on the trailer Epic, and I couldn't see a Steam release, even though the game was kind of advertised on Steam, so I'm not sure. It's just got a link to the Epic Store and nothing else. So it looks like it's going to be an Epic exclusive, but the game was really fun, especially in co-op. So definitely check that one out. An update for Ultimate Chicken Horse, another great co-op game. Cobra Batic update trailer. March 12th, 2020.
Oh, okay. I
this
see what
year.
you're going for here.
It's a free update. So there's one character, which is a snake on a skateboard. There's 2 maps, and then there's 4 extra blocks to play with as well. So that's pretty cool.
God, you can't be a snake. Let's be honest, sir.
Well, I think he's the only character on a skateboard, so honestly. I think the honey's interesting, because then that forces you to run. I think the cannons, those really reminded me of Donkey Kong. I thought that was really cool as well, so I'd be really interested when this comes out next month. That looks good. Right, move on.
So the bees aren't affected by fire?
We got 12 minutes of battle mode, the new multiplayer mode for Doom Eternal. So basically what this is, you have 2 demons against 1 slayer.
Interesting.
And the idea is the slayer either has to kill both demons, or both demons have to kill the slayer. And the slayer is much stronger than each individual demon. But them working together helps them
get the job done.
Because the slayer can kill one demon, and then if the other one runs away and plays safe, the other demon can respawn.
Right. Okay.
It does look pretty fun actually. From what I've seen, like the slayer is definitely really strong, and there's also like NPCs in the area as well, so you can go and like execute them to get more ammo and stuff.
Because I was worried that they were going to make it more just like a symmetrical, boring gameplay. I was like, no, it's actually kind of an interesting way of doing it.
The only thing that's still worrying me about
like
Doom Eternal,
right?
I really hate the UI.
Right, okay.
It's so much worse than the first game, in my opinion.
I'm okay with it, so...
Yeah, I don't know about it.
What don't you like specifically?
It seems kind of colourful and wacky for the sake of being... Like, it's way more colourful than the original one, but that doesn't mean it's more readable, is the thing.
But what's not readable, though?
I think because there's way more colours that don't really mean anything.
Right,
if you see what I'm saying.
Yeah, but there's also colours like... Because like, it's then like part of that part of the screen. I don't know, I don't have a problem with it.
It seems like they put a filter on it as well. I'm not sure about.
I'm not sure what's going on there. I assume this is all customizable.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm going to have to get my hands on the game, but I was because I'm a little bit worried about it because we've had Wolfenstein.
Yeah, that's true.
That didn't come out looking great. And you know Bethesda, they're always meddling with shit.
Yeah,
so
I don't trust Bethesda at all anymore. That they used to be okay publishers, but they start meddling again. So, yeah.
There's too much. It's distracting. Yeah, I can see.
Is it? I don't know. I don't have any problem with this. So.
Atomic Heart. We got the official gameplay teaser, and I gotta say, this trailer looks terrible. Look at the frame rate.
Yeah.
It did not look good at all.
I'll give them the benefit of the doubt, and they just rendered it wrong, but it's not a good. Yeah, there's a lot of frame drops.
And it's a gameplay teaser as well. And
that's what
I
really
don't think it showed any gameplay, pretty much.
I mean, little tiny I don't know.
We have a release date, 12 FPS trailer, but I could. Well, we got a tiny bit of gameplay. Look at that. That's when it's like looking not. When they show the actual non-cutscenes, it's like goes to the 12 FPS. But I was gonna report about this ages ago, but like a year ago or last year, basically it seems there's been huge development issues within the actual Atomic Heart dev team. And basically what happened is they showed the trailer and then they showed like way too much, of how the game looks.
Right.
And then they had the game as it was, and it wasn't like the trailer. So then the director was like, we have to push everything to look like the trailer, which then led it to run terribly, which is why we've got this 12 FPS kind of trailer. And I think it's maybe leaning more towards vaporware at this point. I don't think it's actually going to be a good finished product. It's going to be like a buggy mess at best, I think.
It's a shame because they probably don't have the money or funds to be able to hold it back and polish it to a good state either.
Kerbal Space Program 2, we got episode 1 for the next
Speaking of holding back, and because they delayed this, actually.
Yeah, they delayed this. This is one of the ones
be...
that got delayed.
Yeah, because it's coming out... When was it coming out? At the end of this year, but it's not coming out next year, right?
One of the coolest things I found... You can watch the whole video. One of the coolest things I thought about this is every time they were designing different engines, they went to a physicist and said, is this possible? What would the colour of the flames look like?
Yeah, I kind of like that. There's a lot of good...
I thought the nuclear blast engines were really cool.
The Orion engine. Yeah.
With the purple... Was it the one with the purple flames?
Purple flame?
No, this is the nuclear...
Yeah, the one we just saw was the... metallic hydrogen's the fuel. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, this one where you have the purple flames.
So metallic hydrogen is like super pressurized hydrogen. That's like pretty sure is like center of Jupiter, maybe Saturn.
But if you want to watch the whole video, you can. I did myself. It was really interesting. So check that out.
I love a good engine.
Pony Island creator has unveiled a genre-bending card-based horror odyssey called Inscription, coming to PC next year.
And it sounds like a stupid premise, but then you watch it.
And then it's terrifying.
Yeah.
I'll go to his Twitter. It's a GIF, so I can't make it better. But it looks like a kind of cool card game, and then you look around and it's fucking terrifying.
Yeah.
Hang on, let me... I think these are all GIFs, so I can't make them bigger. But you have like these guys in the background. It's like, what the fuck is going on?
Yeah.
I love Pony Island, and I also think... the Hex, is it called? Hexen?
Hex is like a... Yeah, I think it's I think Hexen's what you're thinking of.
Let me have a look.
I don't know
that. Hex. The Hex. Oh, it was that really interesting game where you were bending genres and mechanics and using like cheats and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I remember that. That was really cool as well, so I'm interested to see his new game. Valve has reaffirmed that it's definitely releasing Half-Life Alyx on the 23rd of March. It's coming out.
We got in
3 weeks.
Yeah.
3-4 weeks.
Yeah.
I was 100% they're going to delay it. And they haven't. But they've reaffirmed the release by showing us a screenshot with the classic error symbol in it. If you didn't notice, this screenshot has the Source Engine error code in the top left corner, which I think is hilarious. But these screenshots do look genuinely really amazing.
Do we know if they redid it to have the Boneworks type movement, or is that not confirmed at all?
It would appear that they have.
They've actually implemented
smooth locomotion now.
Yeah, that's what I'm looking for. Smooth locomotion. I just remember it was from Boneworks. I couldn't remember.
I think this is probably my favorite because I love the artwork underneath
really
here,
cool.
like the vortigons, and I think that's the G-Man. Maybe I'm not sure. Recently, like the G-Man's just come out and just started doing like voice acting for everything now. Like he's doing like reading out fan stuff, and I think he did like an interview with Valve's new network as well. So that was pretty cool.
The actual G-Man from real life.
We learned more information about f-stop. If you don't know, f-stop is basically, if you've seen the game Superliminal, it's kind of like that where you take an object and you change its scale.
Yeah.
They're doing a documentary on it. So basically what was revealed in this interview on this podcast, the Min-Max show, was they got access to the Portal 2 branch of the source code because they're developing a source mod called Punt, which also looks really great as well. It's kind of like a physics puzzle-based game, which looks really cool. And this documentary series called Exposure, we talked about this on the podcast before, but I think there's some footage here where you take photos and then you use those to manipulate puzzles. And they found all this code and they turned it into a playable demo and they showed it to Valve and they said, "Hey, can we show this off?" And they were like, "Yeah." I think he said like half of the company was like no and half of them was yes, but eventually he got like permission to do it. They asked him if he would ever release it as a playable demo, and he said he would love to, but based on Valve's end, he can't right now, basically.
Right, okay.
But yeah, that's really cool to see. I've always wanted to play F-Stop, so at least seeing like how it worked and having like a little documentary series about it's going to be really cool. And if you want to watch the the podcast interview with him, he goes into more depth about it as well. So check out this YouTube video. Dungeons and Dragons and Magic the Gathering creators, Wizards of the Coast, not to be confused with Lizards of the Coast, announces a new game studio with BioWare vets. This is going to be called Archetype, and Archetype's debut game is described as a multi-platform role-playing game set in an all-new science fiction universe that will send players on a story-driven epic where choices they make will have real consequences on how their story unfolds. This property will be set outside the Dungeons & Dragons and Magic universe. So basically it sounds like they couldn't get the rights to Mass Effect, so they're making another Mass Effect. Basically is what I'm hearing from this. So that's pretty cool.
I guess we'll see.
Yeah. EA's CEO has hinted that a new Sims game might feature multiplayer. This is in relation to, I think it was The Sims Online, which was like a popular multiplayer kind of Sims thing. I don't know much about The Sims, I'll be honest with you, but I'd be interested. Like the way EA's going with live services, I would actually think it would be more likely they would try and make multiplayer components to a new Sims game.
Yeah, but it's also more likely it would suck. So.
PlatinumGames launched a Kickstarter campaign to bring a remastered version of 2013 August released Wii U title The Wonderful 101 to multiple platforms. And that's pretty cool. And they have interest in self-publishing the Bayonetta game series. So hopefully we could see more Bayonetta games. We just had Bayonetta on the Xbox One and PS4. And what was the other game? You know, they remastered Bayonetta. Vanquish on the PC and it did really well. They just released it on the Xbox One and the PS4 and it's now back in the top 10 best-selling games in the UK.
Yeah, well, I fucking love Vanquish. It's I don't know if it's an underrated game, but I think more people should know about it.
Valve is building a system that auto-mutes abusive CSGO players, which I think...
Okay.
I think okay, but...
It may or may not
on
work.
the other hand, I was a huge Counter-Strike Source player, and I have memories of just people spamming music down the mics. I had like a tool that would let me spam music down my mic, and I would go in Gary's mod servers, and me and my friends would chase down people and play Gunther's Ding 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 Dong song. You remember that song? You touch my tra-la-la.
Of course I remember
and there was people just running, they would chase after me, they would scream like, "I don't want to touch your Ding Ding Dong." Stuff like that. I thought it was pretty funny.
What a time to be alive.
I can't play you the Gunther Ding.
No.
Because someone actually got banned for playing it on stream. I'm not even kidding. That's insane.
It's too provocative.
The System Shock 3 team is no longer working on the project, according to a former developer. Not to be confused with the System Shock remake.
Yes, this is like a legit sequel, not just a remake or remaster or whatever the other one.
According to King Khan, a former as RPG Codex member, a former developer of System Shock 3, said, "The only reason I posted this, I saw so much confusion about the state of the company and the project. I thought some first-person information would be welcome. I never suggested we were halfway done. Core systems are a great foundation for a game. Most of the world is content development, which has been critically behind in both real assets and a tool for support efficient pipeline. We may never see System Shock 3. We may one day. We'll never know."
We'll need to put money into it.
Oldschool Runescape has got an update recently, a couple weeks ago. The Nightmare of Hammer? I don't know. I just think it's interesting to look at. Basically, it was an update that added an end game boss to farm. I think that was the main thing of the update. But I think it's really interesting to look at a game that's gone back and added classic servers and then added new content for the classic servers.
That's because the old stuff's more popular.
But I always think that's really interesting.
Yeah,
and I would love to see another game that I enjoy. Like maybe if they went back and added more content for like World of Warcraft Classic. That would be really interesting.
Isn't that just the new expansions for World of Warcraft, though?
No.
Okay.
It would be content
that's still
based on that game.
Oh, okay, right.
Maybe cut expansions they never did, sort of thing.
Yeah, but this is slightly different because RuneScape 3 is like completely different to old school RuneScape.
Yes.
It's more like...
Yes, listen... WoW Classic is completely different to modern WoW.
Agreed, but it is still continuation of the same game and the same story.
Technically, RuneScape 3 is a continuation.
No,
of RuneScape
it's like rebuilt from the ground up.
Okay.
It's more like it'd be more like between like Warcraft and World of Warcraft.
Okay,
and that is what they've done.
But what Warcraft Classic is a completely different game.
Yeah, no, I agree with you, but what would you change though that would potentially not retcon anything?
What?
Would you not retcon?
No, I would create an expansion for World of Warcraft Classic based on because they completely retconned the lore of World of Warcraft Classic.
Okay.
They've redone the lore of Warcraft.
So you go
back.
Times. Okay, so you go back to the old. Okay, right. I see. But what if they retcon it again? With the new expansion. I just logistically a nightmare in my head, but okay.
Magic the Gathering Arena will be coming to mobile in 2020. I'm looking forward to this. I think it's a good game to play on the mobile.
I think, yeah.
My only concern maybe is if the screens, maybe it's more of an iPad game. I'm not sure. I've tried playing Gwent on the phone and I found the phone was a bit too small, but I would love to play Magic the Gathering on the go because I love Magic the Gathering. And the other game that I was really excited that's now in beta for mobile is Teamfight Tactics. That's a game I stopped playing, but I think I would probably play it more if I could play it on my phone. The Witcher 3 on Switch got a patch which added graphics options and cross-save with PC for Steam and GOG, which is a cool feature if you wanted to play some on your PC and then go onto your Switch and play it.
Why isn't this just a default thing like for all games that are multiple platforms?
Very few console games have graphics options. I think that's the
that's weird as well.
That's the big takeaway for me.
It's interesting.
Yeah,
because some people like prefer different things to be able to like actually display it. So
usually they don't want you to turn stuff down. I think.
They also don't want to like.
There's always interesting politics when it comes to graphics options because when it comes to competitive games, it's more so because. Like in a game like Fortnite, for example, like turning the shadows off is just strictly better. Yeah. Because you get way better performance and you can actually just see better. Like I think a lot of Overwatch pros play in the lowest settings. And there's always like a big fight between like pros and developers where they want you to show the game at the best settings, but the pros want to play on the lowest settings because they get the best advantage. Yeah. So they get the most FPS and stuff like that.
They could have a spectator mode, but that wouldn't matter, though.
Yeah, they do. That's what they
right.
They didn't in the past. Like, they do now, but I'm talking like.
But a lot of games didn't originally. It's like, if you just had a spectator.
So I watched like a podcast with John Carmack, and he was saying like he wanted. That was something they were talking about with like Quake years ago. Where the professional Quake players wanted higher FPS, but they also were like this game looks really pretty.
Isn't there stuff in like Battlefield 5 like you can't turn off certain foliages because like it's actually like baked, like it's a part of like the experience, like be able to hide in some of the foliage in it.
I guess
because I don't think you can turn it off entirely.
Resident Evil Resistance, kind of like the asymmetric DVD kind of game that Resident Evil is making, is adding. We've seen 2 new maps, Abandoned Park and Casino, and they actually look really cool. I'm actually pretty interesting to play this.
Do some gambling. Resident Evil.
I want to go gambling.
That's
pull the lever, with the Konami shirt. No, it looks kind of closer to last year, I think, where you're kind of looking at it from placing zombies down and placing traps down and stuff like that.
Can I play as Wesker though?
Alex Wesker, the mastermind.
No, but I want Wesker.
This is the guy from. He's in Resident Evil 5 DLC.
Yeah.
He's like the head of Umbrella, and he trying to get a successor while also trying to get like immortality, and then spoiler alert, Wesker's just like, no, I'm gonna kill you, old man. I want to be the head of Umbrella. I think that's who he is. I mean, the Resident Evil law's inconsistent at best.
Yeah. The higher the number, the more inconsistent it gets as well.
Jeff Keighley has said he will skip E3 for the first time in 25 years. He's gone into specific deals saying there's a lot of stuff going on that he can't disclose, but it seems like lots of people are skipping E3 this year. We've had tons of companies pull out.
Yeah, is there any big company, like the 3 console
tons of companies are pulling out of public events because of coronavirus as well.
Yeah, that's true.
EA is going to be moving Need for Speed development back to Criterion. Ghost Games to become an EA engineering hub now. So it's going back to Criterion, which were some of the original developers of Need for Speed. I think they did like Burnout. They did Need for Speed Most Wanted, which their games were more closer to Burnout games, is what I was trying to say.
Right, okay, yeah.
Black Wake is out now? Black Wake 1.0? It's
Thank
officially
goodness.
released like 5 days ago.
Yeah.
We did a spotlight on this game like years ago. It's been in development since like 2014 in early access, and it just came out after 6 years.
Yeah, we played it.
I kind of
I
forgot
played
about
for a
this
little
game.
tiny bit and went, you know what? Kind of boring.
So they went to 1.0. I believe they're in 3 point something alpha, and they were promising people they were going to go to a 4.0 release. But then they went straight to a 1.0. Some people were saying there was like the jump from the 3 to the 1.0 full release was they fixed like 2 or 3 bugs.
Right.
And the devs are basically just making it fully released so they can get an influx of players, and then they can just leave the game and go off and make something else. I think there's 2 devs working on the game.
Right.
I think there's literally there's a tiny team of like 2 devs,
Right.
and basically I think this is kind of more speculation because I haven't played this game in a long time. I was just reading Steam reviews. Speculation. I think they want to go off and work on something else. And I think this is going to be a quick influx of players, hopefully sell a bunch of copies, and then go off and make something else. But there has been a lot of positive reviews. Like it's mostly positive on Steam.
There's a lot of reviews as well.
So
way
some
more
people,
than we last looked at it.
Lots of people have been saying it's come a long way since its alpha state. Like eventually to this 3 point something alpha update. So it seems like they have added a lot of stuff up to this point.
There's more weather stuff and more ships.
I thought I owned this game. Oh yeah, I do. And I was looking at this. I was like, why can't I buy this game? And it's like, I already own this game. But I have 6 hours on the game, so maybe I'll go back and play it. So currently, the average player in January was about 100. That's about the average player, but since then, now it's 500 with a peak player of 3,000. So it seems like this update has rejuvenated the community a bit. So if you wanted to play Black Quake, now would be a good time. But I would say it's just a kind of band-aid kind of thing where in the next couple of months it's probably going to go down unless, like, I don't know, some big streamer picks it up or something.
It has spiked it massively above its history.
We got the Minecraft Nether Snapshot update, which I've played, and I tried to get you to play.
I don't need to play it.
Okay.
I'm just gonna watch people play it. I've seen the
I think the biggest thing from the Minecraft Nether update was definitely Netherite. I think that's really cool. Adding a brand new endgame resources forces you to go to the Nether, farm this Netherite, and you can upgrade your tools to Netherite, and then they float in lava, which is like huge because you know how annoying it is when you go to the Nether and you lose all your shit, and then it burns and you lose it forever.
And I think you can legitimately live in the Nether.
Well, you
permanently.
can't. I've tested it personally, and you cannot put a bed down without exploding it. So you can't set your spawn.
No, which is fine because you don't die.
Just don't die.
Don't die.
Have your bed in the overworld.
Yeah, you'd have to. You'd have a portal anyway, so like otherwise you're stuck in the nether. So
okay,
just don't die.
Activision has announced it's to release more remastered games in the future.
To be fair, what else have they got going for them at this point? Isn't that Activision and Blizzard's thing at the moment? Just like releasing.
Well, I'm hoping they're going to release more Crash Insane trilogies and more Spyro Reignited trilogies and less Warcraft Reforges.
Okay.
Also, it looks like there's a Crash Bandicoot mobile game coming. As if you don't know, Activision Blizzard owns King, which is the developer of Candy Crush.
Right.
And it seems like Activision was pushing Activision Blizzard to go more towards mobile games anyway. So that'll be interesting to see. Okay, speaking of Anthem, like we were earlier, they're going to reinvent the game. They're going to try and relaunch Anthem, basically. What they've said is they were doing seasons to add content to the game. What they're going to do is they're going to stop seasons and then use that. They're going to keep the game going as it is now, but use that development time they were with seasons to try and relaunch the game with better loot, better progression, and a better end game.
Actual gameplay, maybe.
Yeah, I don't because I think the biggest concerns was with loot and the progression in the end game sort of thing. So they're going to try and fix that with a relaunch, but I don't know if that'll be enough to actually reinvigorate Anthem.
Surely, okay, they already fixed the loot by accident, and they patched it out again. So,
I don't know.
Just go back to that. Yeah, I don't really care about Anthem anymore.
There was this new Steam Labs experiment, Play Next. So you will now be recommended games to play next. I was personally recommended Human Fall Flat, and I played a lot of that with friends, and I really enjoyed it. So we should have a Tangerine of that coming out. I don't know, probably next month, maybe sometime around.
Yeah.
I'd love to talk about that. But yeah, currently it's recommended I play Surgeon Simulator, and I think it's because I play like I Am Bread and Goat Simulator. It's like, yeah, I probably would play this sort of thing.
Yeah, my one doesn't really work that well. But
yeah, but you don't play as many games as me. That's the thing.
And
I have a lot of data on Steam.
But when I also it gets really confused because I have so many games, but I only play like a select few.
Okay, let's move on to quick news, because that was quick news. GTA 4 is returned to Steam. Is returning to Steam on March 19th without multiplayer. So basically, if you don't know, GTA 4 was using Games for Windows Live servers. And in order to use Games for Windows Live, you would have to generate keys through Games for Windows Live. But Microsoft shut down Games for Windows Live, I believe, in 2013. So about 7 years ago.
They're just using old keys, basically.
And there was a limited amount of keys you can generate because the service no longer exists. So it's going to come back without the multiplayer function because that was using the Games for Windows Live servers, which it's been removed from the game. And I also think some of the licensed music is being removed as well. If you already own GTA 4, you'll be able to download an update to keep playing. But they're going to basically re-release GTA 4 with the DLC, which were kind of like standalone expansions level. I think GTA 4 has some of the best.
But does this update remove the licensed content as well then?
Radio station Round Jam FM, Self-Actualization FM, and Vice City FM will be temporarily unavailable. Hopefully stations are back soon, so I don't know.
It was bad.
But the good news is you'll be able to have the GTA 4 and the DLC bundled into one game.
Yeah.
And I think the GTA 4 DLC as standalone game, they're like standalone game level, like the Ballad of Gay Tony and the Lost in the Damned.
I'm just worried if people already own it, like they're going to lose their radio stations. Because I'm reading like the third paragraph that's currently on screen. If you already own GTA, then you'll be able to download an update to keep playing, which implies you can't play it right now. I think
they've already like removed radio stations with GTA 5, and they've added other ones anyway. But I think most people are just going to listen to their own music anyway. So.
Yeah, but it's not the same. It's more immersive.
It's like a licensing problem.
Yeah, I have my own. Yeah.
We got a Warcraft Reforged patch that addressed a bunch of bugs and most of the common things that had like custom games were bugging out and stuff like that, and they seem to fix those. They fixed some of the rendering of classic mode, and they fixed a bunch of interface stuff as well. So it seems like they did do something. It was a small patch, didn't address all the issues with Warcraft Reforged, but they did something. J. Allen Brack pretended to give a shit. He put out a statement saying, "Yeah, we know people have come to expect good things from Blizzard." And I was like, wait, people are expecting good things from Blizzard?
Isn't it exactly the same thing when was it Blitzchung? From the heart.
Yeah,
isn't that the exact same wording he used? At
BlizzCon, he was like, "I'm not going to tell you what I'm apologizing for, but I'm sorry for what we did, whatever that is."
Yeah, but I swear he said...
And then they removed it from the VOD.
Yeah, I swear he said, though, like, you expect more from Blizzard. Like, we have a high standard for Blizzard. And it's like, what?
Okay.
They keep saying the same thing now.
I'm enjoying playing Warcraft Reforged, but I do think they massively fucked up on Warcraft Reforged.
You got what you wanted from it, but not many.
I wanted
not
to play
HD
did. Warcraft 3, but they made it, worse for players who have already had the original Warcraft 3. They fucked up the UI. The custom games they fucked up as well. They changed some missions, but few very select missions,
right,
to try and be more in line with WoW continuity, which is what I was saying earlier.
You'd rather have the older continuity.
Because there's like Warcraft 3 continuity, there's WoW continuity, there's new WoW continuity. That's very confusing.
So would you rather have the old Warcraft 3 continuity over the new WoW?
I would rather they have the old continuity and they made a separate new campaign with the new WoW continuity, which they were going to do, but then they never did, which I think was a real shame. But speaking of custom games, we have one called Endless Tale Dragon Hunter, because this is some of the cool shit you can do in Warcraft 3 custom games. This is a top-down RTS game, but somebody's already turned it into an RPG game. And I say they have, I mean, Blizzard now owns this RPG.
Yeah, I was going to say, they changed the EULA so that you get all rights of what you made.
I played some custom Warcraft 3 games. Like, I played a kart racing game that was, like, third person, close to the camera. I was like, oh, this is fucking cool. So, it's always interesting to see custom games. I hope Blizzard Terms of Service doesn't discourage too many people from making cool custom games.
Yeah.
But if you're going to play the ones that already exist as well. So, yeah. I talked about this earlier with you. I said Fallout 76 is coming to Steam.
Yeah.
April 7th.
With the Wastelanders.
With the launch of the Wastelanders expansion. Do you know anything about the Wastelanders expansion? Because I do not.
That's the NPC one.
Oh, okay.
That's the really big one.
NPCs.
Yeah. This is the really big one.
So this is where they're like banking on their butt.
Yeah.
People come back.
Yeah.
For Fallout 76 because it's on Steam.
Yes, I didn't realize they were launching it at the same time.
Yeah.
That's crazy. So yeah, they're just trying to get everyone to... The thing is though, I agree with Jim. It's like, it's going to be broken in some really weird way. So we might as well all just make weird bets on how it's going to break. Dogs are going to fly for no good reason.
I reckon that the NPCs... what's an interesting thing, The NPCs are going to teleport you across the map randomly.
Sometimes,
when you engage with conversation
sometimes
with them.
Limbs just stay put and fall off sometimes, the NPCs in Fallout 4.
Guns fire backwards.
Okay, I reckon NPCs will be upside down. And stuck in the ground.
Dog meat model replaced with with a ghoul.
Right? No NPCs replaced with dog meat. Right.
Replace all NPCs with dogs.
Okay, I think we should legitimately make a Fallout 76 Wastelanders bingo and see how much. Like, just make shit up and see if any of them come true.
FPS is retied to gaming clock speed.
Yeah.
So looking at the sky makes you sprint across the map again.
Yeah.
Anyway. State of Decay 2 is also coming to Steam, as well as receiving a free Juggernaut update. A game-changing overhaul. Developers are calling it a State of Decay 2.5. So they are aiming to improve the quality of life from the tutorial, which is expanded significantly, to base building, cleaning up combat, and smoothing out the pacing of legacy runs. The Juggernaut Edition also packs in previous expansions, including the side campaign in the Heartland, and makes them free to everyone.
When does State of Decay 2 come out?
Around 2017, 2018. I've talked about this on the podcast before.
I can never remember...
It wasn't that long ago. It
No.
was 2018.
Yeah.
Because I've played State of Decay 2 and the Heartland expansion. I gotta say, they're actually pretty solid games. Like, I'm pretty excited for this to come out on Steam because I think there's a bunch of people who haven't played this that might pick this up now, especially with Steam sales and all. Because I could play it through the Xbox Game Pass, and I did think, although it did have its flaws, it still was a game worth trying at least to see if you liked it.
Yeah, it has a lot of interesting ideas.
Do you like games that were exclusives or weren't on Steam that are now coming to Steam? Because have I got the game for you? Satisfactory, with Update 3, is being released on Steam. I think it's just past its 1 year as a big exclusive.
Yeah, it's still still in early access, right?
And do you know what the update is about?
I can't remember.
Pipes. They're adding pipes. The whole update, they made this big epic trailer, and it's all about pipes.
I love pipes. This is a great game. This game I've been wanting to get.
I've been wanting to play this game, and it's got inbuilt multiplayer.
Yeah, I've been watching Sips play it, and it's like, oh my god.
So there's pump and flow indicators, fluid extractors.
The same people that made Sanctum, or at least published by the people who made Sanctum.
Yeah, I think it's
something.
Published maybe.
Well, they have a Steam store page now, right?
Yeah, I should wishlist this.
we can actually look at it.
It's already on my wishlist.
Oh no, it's both. It is the Coffee Stain Studios and publishing. Okay.
Famous for Goat Simulated Coffee Stain Studios.
Yeah, and Sanctum.
I think they're more popular for Goat Studio, but
I remember Toe Biscuit talking to them like with first and second Sanctum, so that's where I know them from. But yeah, they're gonna get way more. People are gonna play more Goat Simulator,
but not in your wish list.
I didn't know it existed yet on Steam anyway.
I did want to put it in the podcast.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Also, you can set up nuclear reactors and just fuck up the land, which is always great. Also, trains. You can't beat a train.
Dave says the NPCs will be sent to you in a Discord private message to me. You gotta type in chat, because I can't look at Discord in the stream. Anyway.
Pipes.
Gothic Remake. Greenlit by THQ Nordic after a demo with mixed reviews. We were going to do a spotlight on this, but it's on the list of spotlights. Maybe we'll do it after the podcast, but they said 180,000 players played the Gothic playable teaser so far, and 94.8% of the users that provided feedback were in favor of remaking the 2001 released RPG, but not all liked the direction the demo moved in. So people want a remaster of the Gothic, but they weren't sure about the demo. But since most people liked it, it had mixed reviews on the playable demo.
So I never played the original Gothic.
I've never played the original Gothic, and I didn't play the demo, so I can't tell you too much about it.
We're gonna play the demo, right?
Yeah.
But I've seen some very small things about Gothic, so I'm very curious on what's different.
From a video I watched, these people said the voice acting was terrible, because I think it was kind of like placeholder-ish voice acting.
Yeah,
and they were like, the voice actor never stops talking to a point where people are like, the voice actor has been told he has a gun to his head, and if he ever stops talking, if he ever stops talking, they'll fire.
Okay, fair enough. That's a bit weird.
Anyway,
we have to try and carry the demo.
Let's talk about Metacritic review bombing. Kunai was review bombed as well as Insurgency Sandstorm were review bombed on Metacritic by one person in a state of anger.
Yeah, this is where review bombs are really bad.
So this is because we always talked about how review bombs can be a good thing.
Yeah, it's like a voice for lots of people. But
I argue. Well, I'm more on the side of I think there should be another platform that review bombing.
Yeah.
A Foresight review bombing could be heard without ruining, the development of the game.
Yeah, but it's intrinsically linked to what people dislike, in my opinion.
No, because there's a lot of review bombings that are things outside of the actual game itself, which is where I'm.
But how? But the thing they're trying to tag is intrinsically linked to the development, though.
How is it? How so?
Say
for example, Minecraft is on Steam.
Yeah.
And Notch made it.
Yeah.
And Notch says some racist shit.
Yeah.
And everyone goes, fuck Minecraft. Minecraft, mostly negative. Minecraft is a shit game. Don't play this. How is that linked to the development of the game?
Because if you then buy Minecraft, you're then giving this I'm assuming he's become a Nazi in this hypothetical situation.
Hypothetically, Notch is a Nazi.
You'll then be giving money to someone who is a Nazi.
Yeah, but
so
I don't
it is
think
intrinsically
that
not
doesn't
intrinsically
reflect
linked
on the actual how
True.
The review system is a review of the game. It's not a review of the developer who made the game.
Absolutely. But how else are you supposed to stop people from... How do you know he's not using his 2 billion...
In another way, it's not review bombing, is what I'm saying.
Yeah, but what, though? I can't...
Well, what if one guy was really pissed off at some developer and then review bombed the shit out of it on Metacritic?
Yeah.
This is another flip side.
Well, okay, here's the thing about Metacritic, though. Metacritic is shit.
Yeah.
Because it's shit, and apparently you can just easily make accounts.
And the problem is, Metacritic has no ownership verification.
No.
On Steam, you have to own a copy of a game and play it before you can review it.
Because it's linked to your account.
You can just make as many bot accounts as you want.
I don't know. Because surely you would have to verify every single one, but apparently not.
Hang on, we've got some breaking terrain news. Humankind, the Civ competitor, makes your choice of terrain vital to survival. We'll have to look into that, Dave.
Watch it live. It's only 3 minutes. So, okay.
What? You want to go back to...
Let's go back to this. I feel like... You know what would fix it, though? For Steam in particular, not like in general.
Yeah.
If you could just review the fucking developer and the publisher.
Yeah.
Because then if the developer says something, you can review the developer.
There is publisher pages and developer pages on Steam, but I don't.
You can't
think
review it though. There's not like a like system for it,
Let me
right?
look. Say,
so if you could review bomb,
Steam.
if you could review bomb the actual companies and not the games that they're making, but then I don't know how you would then incentivize people to not also review bomb the games as well, though. It's kind of tricky to try and convince people certain behaviors.
The developer and publisher page is still kind of in beta at the moment as well. So I don't.
But would it not be nice to give a out of 10 rating of how you feel like how good of a publisher?
The thing is, I think the publishing developers own these pages.
Yeah, I think they could have full control.
Unless Valve themselves mandated that they had to have reviews on their pages, they wouldn't add it themselves.
Yeah.
Why would they?
Yeah, why would they? But then again, it's not like they have a choice on the reviewing of their games. So.
Well, developers of games can delete reviews from their games.
True.
As I think they can say that they're misinformative or spam or whatever.
I thought they can only hide them, not fully delete them, unless they were reported for an actual breaking the policy of Steam.
Move on to VR. HTC has unveiled 3 new Vive Cosmos headsets, the Elite, the Play, and the XR. So the Vive Cosmos, which is kind of their base model at the moment, is the $700 mid-tier one. So this has inside-out tracking, so 6 cameras, and then Cosmos controllers. The entry-level one they just released would be the Play. So this is kind of their budget one. This is entry-level inside-out tracking, 4 cameras, and it has the Cosmos controllers. Then they're going to add the new one, which is the Vive Cosmos Elite for $900. So only $100 less than an Index, but this would be high-end, and this would have Steam VR tracking, so including 2 base stations.
Yeah.
This would have inside-out tracking capable, but would require the Cosmos controllers sold separately, and then comes with the Vive ones you're used to if you have the HTC Vive.
Okay, yeah.
Unless you have, it's probably compatible with the old Vive ones as well if you still have those.
Old fantastic.
And then they've also showed off the Vive Cosmos XR with an unannounced price at the moment. But it's a developer kit made for pass-through AR. Inside-out tracking, so 4 cameras plus 2 high-quality pass-through cameras, and it would come with Cosmos controllers. But the Cosmos XR will launch as a developer kit, so we don't actually know the pricing on that yet. So that's kind of a different headset to all of these.
Yeah, so it seems very expensive.
But basically, their premium headset is the Vive Cosmos Elite, which is the $900 one, which is the high-end one. And I'm sitting here thinking, why would you spend $100 less to not have an Index?
What is it got going for over the Index, and it's higher frame rates and better resolution as well, right?
I believe so. Yeah.
Yeah, because to me, I would still say the Index was a far better value. Like, it's still very expensive, but
the only reason
I trust the Index.
The only reason I can think that you would get the Vive Cosmos Elite is because the Index has no stock. That's like
but how is the Elite gonna get stock?
Well, I guess they've got more stock than the
I guess
than the Index right now for sure.
I'll be pre-ordering it though, not buying it.
It's still using the Steam VR Base Station 1.0.
Okay.
Which is not the Steam Base Station 2.0.
No. It doesn't seem worth it to me. It's not.
Now, let me get the specs out. Yeah. I'm trying to look up the specific specs of it so I can tell you like the resolution and stuff.
Well, remember, it's just got some fancy images and GIFs.
Yeah.
Where are the specs?
I want the specs.
Right. Great specs.
2880 times 1700 combined pixel resolution.
I swear that's slightly less. I could be wrong.
Valve Index resolution is the index resolution is 1440 times 16,000 per eye, or 2880 times 16,000, which is
that the same?
No,
it's slightly less. Okay.
A little bit. It's pretty much the same, but it has It has 120 hertz refresh rate as well as the 144 hertz overclocked mode. Let's have a look. What is the HTC Elite?
Let's say 60 hertz.
What's the refresh rate?
Oh, 90
hertz. Okay.
Yeah, it's not quite 120.
So it is. The resolution is comparable. I don't know if it's using the high density LEDs that the Index is going to be using.
Because they were very good apparently.
Plus, it has the audio. It comes with headphones as well, but the Index has kind of like the crazy cool technology of like speakers that are next to your ears, but don't like turn your speakers down, bro.
But you can remove
I ain't
it.
your daddy.
But their idea is you can remove it and like use your own wireless headset.
So I could see reasons to buy the HTC Vive Cosmos Elite, like,
but for only $100 more.
$100 less.
No, for more to get the Index.
Yeah.
That's what I'm trying to say. It's like I feel like the higher refresh rate is really gonna.
Because with this you're getting the 1.0 base stations and you're getting Vive controllers. Yeah, so you're not getting Knuckles finger tracking.
They actually call them Knuckles now.
I think they renamed them. I think they're just called Index controllers. Oh, okay. Knuckles was the prototype name. Yeah, but I still call them Knuckles.
I still call them Knuckles.
They're a cool name. Hang on. Index controllers. Are they still called Knuckles? I think they're just called Valve Index controllers. I don't think they're called Knuckles.
I'm going to call them Knuckles though.
I think Knuckles. It reminds me of the Echidna.
The what?
Knuckles. The Echidna. With the Chaos Emeralds.
Oh.
From Sonic.
Yeah. I'm just thinking Knuckles from Sonic. I'm just thinking of little red Knuckles from the art chat.
The clicking.
Yeah.
Do you in audio way?
Ugandan Knuckles.
Anyway. But the reason you may want to get a Vive Cosmos Elite is because... we'll just skip to that for now. Okay. I don't think I've opened it even. Let's have a look. Okay, hang on. I haven't opened a link.
We're not on Rails.
We're not on Rails. Here we go. We're sometimes on Rails. Index will return to stock ahead of Half-Life Alyx, but have far fewer units due to the coronavirus. Apparently the coronavirus is fucking up their production of the Index headsets.
Well, that's fine. But the Vive is pre-order right now. So we don't know if they've managed to get any stocks or not.
Yeah, but I assume they've made way more headsets than Valve did, because Valve weren't expecting Half-Life Alyx to be as big as it did.
Maybe,
and also, I don't think as many people will be buying these headsets unless the want for next month to get Half-Life Alyx is so high. Like, when do these come out? Are these available now? You can pre-order the Cosmos Elite, and when will you get it? Do we have any idea of when it's coming out? We'll launch on March 18th.
Yeah.
So, like a week before Half-Life Alyx comes out. That's good timing. Because I think they were showing, like, the CEO of, like, HTC China, I think he was showing, like, a slides off with, like, you can play Half-Life Alyx with this thing. Like, I think their idea is they're trying to get in front of Half-Life Alyx,
but only by $100,
as close as possible.
Yeah.
Because they know that Valve is having these crazy issues with stock, and especially with the coronavirus now.
Yeah. They have to shut down their factories, right? We
also got a concept for a prototype standalone VR headset sort of thing. 2 versions of the prototype standalone VR headset called the Vive Proton was shown. So there would be a VR viewer, which would be powered by a tethered device like a smartphone. So think like a kind of like a Oculus Go sort of thing, and then one of them would be a standalone VR headset that was powered by a computer.
So that's that thing in the back.
No, a standalone headset which includes its own processing and battery power.
Yeah.
And then a smaller VR viewer which would be powered by a smartphone instead of a battery and a processor. No, I guess both of them are hands-free, right?
Yeah, I think one is like you have to pair it with a phone. The other one is like comes in.
Sorry, I'm getting confused. These are both standalone headsets. But they're both prototypes, so I have no idea if these things will actually ever come out. But it's interesting to see like the design of these things and seeing what kind of ideas people are having with standalone VR headsets.
Clearly, they've got old biplane helmets in mind.
I think the most impressive standalone VR headset right now is probably the Oculus Quest, from what I've seen.
Yeah,
I'm quite impressed by the Oculus Quest.
But I personally still would rather wait for stocks for the Index right now. But only if you've got like $1,000
to just drop.
And the system to support it, and the space, which is still the third option or the third problem.
It's a lot of bucks.
Yeah.
No coconuts. Okay, well, I've also not opened the Petermology tweet. I think we can end the show. TM. Let's read the Petermology tweet. I'm working on a new mobile game titled Asteroids. The more ads you shoot, the less of them you're forced to watch after each wave. That was a good tweet.
So to clarify, I'm in my mind. I'm thinking of like Asteroids with ads, like billboards on them, and like you're destroying them.
Yeah.
Is that what's happening?
I hope so. Anyway, you can check us out and everything in between podcast on YouTube, twitch.tv/Scorn if you want to watch live, and at Scorn2000 Twitter where I'll post updates of when we are going live and other stuff.
About 6 days time.
Yep.
Probably.
All right. Thanks for watching. We should have a Tangerine. Well,
a couple of.
Yeah, we'll have a Tangerine coming out on Wednesday. The current idea for scheduling is there should be something podcast related coming out every 3 days.
Yeah. So
it should go podcast, Tangerine, Spotlight, Tangerine, podcast, Tangerine, Spotlight. That sort of flow every couple of days, every like 3 or 4 days.
Yeah.
So if we can set that up, hopefully that should how it be. But we'll see you later. Goodbye. Bye, Andy. Bye, Dave on Discord. All right, let's do the music.
Bye.